I've been watching you, watching me, and I know you want to subscribe. Ding, 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 ding. Alexander Love. I'm back at you guys with another YouTube video. Today we're gonna talk about entertainment. I want to tell you guys what I've been watching and what I've been doing to entertain myself, and I want to see if you guys have any suggestions for me, because a bitch don't have no friends. I don't have any friends except for my beautiful family. What are you watching on Netflix? What are you reading? What's going on? I right now use Netflix and I use Hulu. Netflix and Hulu have always been my go-to for shows and movies because, you know, there's just a wide variety of things to watch. When it comes to Netflix, there's so many things right now that I've actually been watching on Netflix that are just really interesting. Something that I watched last night that I think is really funny and really kind of cute is this show that's called Special. It is about this guy named Ryan, and he has cerebral palsy. The show kind of starts off about him lying about his disability, but it really follows him with his relationship with his friends, his love life, and his really tight codependent relationship that he has with his mother. And I think that it's really cute because what we're seeing a lot of now, we're seeing a whole bunch of many different minority groups being represented within media of all forms, on all different platforms within, like, for example, I went to, I believe it was Forever 21 site, I might be wrong. I think Nike might have done it, but they're starting to represent people that are paraplegics and people that are in wheelchairs in their ads. And I think that that's really cool because it shows what we should have always showed. America is made of many different types of people, colors, shape, everything. You guys get what I'm saying. Special that I've been watching on Netflix is a great show to me because it really follows Ryan and his love life, and it's so funny because he's gay. I think that is just the cutest thing. One of the episodes, he's having sex for the first time, and he's having sex with a sex worker, and he's a bottom. So just paraplegic, you know, he's gay, sex for the first time. It's a very interesting show. You guys need to catch that. So let's go up to Hulu. On Hulu, one of the main and biggest shows that I'm watching right now is called Queens. And it's a show that my mother kind of got me hooked on. It is really good. The cast of it is EVE, the rapper Eve, Notori, Naughton, Nadine Velasquez, Brandy, you got Taylor Seal, you got Pepe, Sonunga. They got a lot of different and unique names, and I'm trying my hardest to pronounce them appropriately just to show respect. This is about four 40-something-year-old rappers slash singers who had a music group in 1999. They broke apart, and now they're coming back together in their 40s to take on the stage once again. I think that, you know, everyone, I know Brandy from Cinderella, where she played Cinderella with Whitney Houston. You know, impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to turn into a carriage. Impossible. Impossible. Who doesn't know that? Brandy. And then you got EVE. She's one of the illest MCs in history. She's definitely an icon. This show, oh damn, I think I'm burning my chicken. Give me a second. I'll be back. I'm not burning my chicken. It's just screaming at me. So I love Queens. I love the storyline of it right now. I feel like they did a really good job at really formulating characters that have really great backgrounds. You know what I mean? Like, these are already celebrities. They're already celebrities outside of the show, and then they're playing celebrities in the show. So you didn't want it to come off as cheesy. I haven't checked to see how recent Eve's last album was or how recent Brandy's last album was. I think Brandy did one like a year or two ago. They're just very talented women. That cast, they're very beautiful women, and the show for me is really sticking right now because it is something that I just like. I like the music. I like the fact that they're strong women, and I like the fact that these are people that I grew up watching and listening to. It's giving me that kind of soap kind of vibe. You know what I mean? Like that. And they're really pulling me in. Time I need you in my life. It was meant to be. They were meant for me. That means I gotta watch them every week. I am really big on YouTube reality shows. I follow the LGBTQ shows that are up and coming with down in Atlanta, Dallas. There are many great producers who have taken YouTube and really use it as their own entertainment platform. The shows that I actually started watching and have been keeping up on every week, I started off with watching Chasing Atlanta. about 20 somethings, 30 something year old gay black males, transgendered women, males, young people who are on the grind to make something of their life, on the grind to work and build an empire for themselves. But the one that I'm watching now is Lauren England. She is a transgender woman who started off on Chasing Atlanta for I think the first 4 seasons. She has been mapping out her whole entire journey on the actual YouTube reality show. Now her show now, I love it so much because it's all about dreaming and chasing those dreams no matter who tries to talk shit about you or who has something else to say, and she's doing that. But she's showing us how she's coming out to her parents with her transition, and she's also displaying their reactions on television, on YouTube. I respect that so much because it's such a vulnerable thing to show the lives of your family, show the lives of your friends, and to show your life and know that people are going to talk about it and know that people are going to always have comments, but you're still doing it because you know that you have a higher power and a higher purpose. I love what she's doing and I love the show. And then her friend Barbie is another transgender woman. Barbie Bankrolls, she got a song out, but she's another transgender woman. They actually really are doing a great job at representing their community, and that's why I like. Let me go check my chicken again. Wait a minute. Y'all want to see something? Look at that chicken. I'm about to shred that chicken up and put it in my noodles, bitch. And we about to be full tonight, ho. Okay, that's all I wanted. I just wanted to show y'all my chicken before I put it in my noodles. The LGBTQ YouTube reality shows that have casts that are mixed with gay men, transgender women, and people that fall into the community, they do a, in my opinion, half decent job at representing the community properly. Now, I understand that with reality television, a lot of people want to see drama. They want to see drama, they want to see tea, they want to see shit that's going to, you know, keep them on the edge of their seat. And I'm not going to pinpoint any specific gay reality show. A lot of them are just really focused on these made up beefs between each other. If half of them seriously are about chasing dreams and chasing the bag and running businesses, most of them, especially in their 20s, and this is just me, like I always tell people, sometimes the things that we think people should prioritize are not their priorities, and you can't be mad at somebody about that. You know, it's just not, they might not be thinking about it the same issue, but they're making up these beefs just for ratings. And a lot of the shows aren't getting high ratings as high as they could because all they're doing is filling the air with bullshit. And what I mean is that there are reality shows in Dallas, there's reality shows popping up more in Atlanta. It's like they just want ratings, you know what I mean? The guys and the girls like putting each other down. It's as if we already don't get put down enough just getting up every day and going to work, or getting up and going to Walmart. We get put down enough by everybody else in society that it's very fucking exhausting for me to keep watching shows that are just so negative when it comes to how we treat each other in the community. A lot of these young men are very talented. A lot of them are in fashion, have their own businesses. It's hard for me to stop watching certain shows because I have been watching them for so long, but there have been multiple times that I've been laying in my bed watching these reality shows and thinking to myself, damn, I could so be doing something else right now because I just spent 15-20 minutes watching them argue about some shit that's so fucking petty when it comes to you being almost 30 years old, or early 20s, mid 20s, late 20s, it don't really matter. 20 somethings, gay. It's kind of like they're following the same paths of the Love and Hip Hops or the Housewives. Like, these young men are unique. They're different. They have spunk. They're very creative, and I want to see that. I want to see them coming together and doing things and making the image of ourselves better. You know what I mean? And I know that the drama adds to it, and unless there's real drama, who has time for it? But yeah, so I've been watching a lot. Chasing Atlanta, Chasing Dallas. I've watched Lovers and Friends. On the Way Up, I've tried watching that. These men are so talented. I watch how they're producing, how clean the videos are, their miking, their lighting, all the stuff that goes into producing the show. I watch that. And then I also watch the actual material coming out on the show. You know, it's just hit or miss. Like, they're so talented with how they're producing this stuff, and it looks clean. It looks like something that can actually be on E, or something that can actually be on an actual network. You know what I mean? But then you turn around and the stuff they're talking about is stuff that's not keeping my attention because it's childish. It's petty. We grown. You trying to get to a bag for real, then get to a bag. Okay, so with that being said, let's move away from YouTube reality LGBTQ shows that I've been watching. Other shows that I've been watching, there is a remake right now of The Wonder Years, but it was something that my mother's generation kind of grew up watching, and it kind of just followed, I believe, a young boy in a family, or the original one, a white family. I think it was in the 70s or something, and it was kind of like it was following him through his life, and he was narrating as you were following him through his life and interacting with his parents and his friends and his family. So this new Wonder Years, I'm really freaking into it because it's the same thing set in the 60s, and it's a black family. So it's following a black family. The cast of the new Wonder Wonder Years, Dooley Hill, Milan Ray, Laura Kariuki, and she actually played in Black Lightning on Netflix too. Now she's actually playing on this, and she actually has played in a couple other things, especially on Netflix. And then you also have Sakan Singblo, I believe that's right. And I just love it because it really is doing a great job at showing just how it was to be a actually well-to-do middle class family back in the 60s. I love it. And that's another show that my mom actually brought to my attention. I just love things that represent us and kind of give us a platform to, you know, use our voices, because people act like they don't know what the fuck we screaming and talking and marching about. So this is just another platform for us to tell our story in the way that we would like to. Let me see who the actual creator is. Is the creator black or white? I believe he's black. Created by Saladin K. Patterson. Oh, Saladin, is that him? Now see, look, names of people, I'm not good with names, okay? I'm just not good with names, and that's something I've really got to work on. But yeah, so I've been watching The Wonder Years on Hulu, and I am absolutely in love with it. Have you guys seen Antebellum? Antebellum came out, I believe it came out in 2020. It has Janelle Monáe as the lead in it. That movie just, that had me, it threw me for a loop. Like, I was in here watching it, screaming at the TV, bye-bye, bitch. Set them motherfuckers on fire. Yep. Come on, Janelle. Listen, if you have not seen Antebellum, you need to go watch Antebellum. You know, we are still mentally shackled. It does a great job at tricking you. It's kind of sick. I honestly believe that it's a lot of black people's nightmare. Yeah. Ooh, a show that I've been watching that I really do like is called Dating Around. 5 blind dates, and then you get 1 second date. There's 2 seasons. Taj Mahal's daughter was on 1 episode, and they don't discriminate. They have gay couples, they have lesbians, they have gay guys, and it really just kind of is hinting towards how social media and dating apps and sites aren't what we necessarily could benefit a lot from these days. We've lost the tradition in dating and going out and just getting to know somebody, whether you're gonna have sex with them or see them for a second date or not. Making those connections and getting out there and socializing in the way that we used to before all these apps and things came around. So Dating Around, for me, it's a really decent show that I've been watching, and I actually do really like it, and I suggest it as well. Another show that I actually have watched a lot is The Circle. The Circle is a social app game show, and the goal is to be the highest rated influencer every week. Whoever is rated the highest wins the $100,000. But you don't see the people that are posting. Each of their apartments are separate, and there's cameras throughout each of their apartments to watch them, and they interact with the actual game and with the actual site, The Circle. I think that that's cool because a lot of these shows that I've watched just are really challenging the idea of how and what we are spending a lot of our time doing. And it's funny because some of the people on there can choose to be catfish. Some of them choose to be themselves, but you don't know because you don't see them. All you see is their pictures, posts, and that's it. You can message each other, talk to each other, but you don't know who's behind the actual profile. That speaks volumes to what we're actually experiencing today in 2021. It makes you think about how easy it is to act as if you're someone else, or how easy it is to change up your narrative to be something that you can be more proud of and not ashamed of, per se. That's a really good show. Ooh, another one is 100 Humans. I've been watching 100 Humans on Netflix. 100 hard souls from diverse backgrounds participate in playful experiments exploring age, sex, happiness, and other aspects of being human. You know, they just try their best to break myths and do these experiments where they use these 100 people to see how true this is or how true that is. For example, do you put your toilet paper on the roll over or under? That's one of the things. And there's so many other things that they actually do. So, ooh, besides watching Antebellum, another show that I love is The Harder They Fall. Idris Elba, Regina King. Oh, let me pull up the cast list for this, because that one was actually a really good movie, and it's on Netflix right now. The cast for that is Zazie Beetz, Idris Elba, Jonathan Majors, Regina King, Lakeith Stanfield. Got RJ Seiler, Danielle Deadweiler, Elroy Lindo, Eddie Fiji, Dion Cole, Damon Wayans. This cast for The Harder They Fall is beautiful. Okay, it's old western. It is about revenge, and at the end of the movie there's actually a really big plot twist that it just had me like, damn. I would watch that if I were you. If you're into the black western type thing, which I am. They are all about guns and all kind of stuff, which is really cool. And I just think that the cast did a really great job of playing these roles and playing these parts, and it's just a beautiful movie. Once again, showcasing black people in a different time in a way that we want to, you know, be represented. And it was just really beautiful in my opinion. So look, this would have came out to be, you know, a little ramen noodle action. Ooh, I tasted it though, y'all. When I say I'm about to fuck this up, this ramen noodle bowl has no idea what the fuck's about to come to it. And a nice little bottle of water. 3 packs dinner, 2 packs is lunch, and 1 pack is a snack. Don't forget that. Okay, so we talked about a lot of different things when it comes to what we're watching right now. I'm thinking about that food, girl. Like, I'm thinking about that food, baby. I'm thinking about that food. Let me focus. Let me focus. It's hot. I can't eat it like I want to eat it right now because it's hot. Sex, Love, and Goop on Netflix just really, it's really opened my mind. Like, it is sexual. I've talked about this in another video, and I think it's a video that I made private now because it was graphic. When you're with someone, both people should be satisfied. Sex, Love, and Goop just kind of, it shows these couples, it shows how they've been together for 7 years, 20 years, 11 years, and 4 years, 1 year, just how they're navigating their relationship, their sexual relationship. You know what I mean? They're finding ways to sexually satisfy each other to the fullest. And there are many different types of sex. Like, there's love languages. There are different, like, there are personality traits for what kind of sexual person you are. And you can be all of them, one more than the other. You can be two. It's not just sex, but it's really about the connection. And if I do end up with anybody, maybe, I don't know, then that's something that I think I might have to get a sex therapist to make sure that when it comes to that tip, you get the pun, right? That we are really working on being whole for each other and really working towards mentally, emotionally, and physically satisfying each other. It's just really thinking about it in a different way. That's why I like that show. I'm gonna do a plug for the books that I either have read, am reading, or still need to read. One of them I definitely want to do a full video on. I have read this book, and it's called Black Fortunes. It's by Shamari Wills. It's a very, very handsome. He is a cutie pie. That's him. He's handsome and he's smart. He wrote this book about a lot of the Black fortunes that were just really popping up before all the slaves were freed, then after. This just follows our people, and when I say our people, I mean people who got this melanin to their skin, you know, African American people, and their journey as slaves, you know, having parents that were slaves, their journey after slavery was abolished, and when it was still, states were still working on following, you know, that ban, and then after, in the early 1900s and the mid 1900s. African American history is American history, but African American history is something that you have to dig for, and it's something that should be taught in schools, and it's something that should be taught in colleges as a part of the curriculum, and not something that you can choose to take or not take. But this really taught me a lot. Taught me a lot about my people and about how strong and resilient our people actually are. Today, people look at us and they say hoodlum, they say gangster, they say all these crazy things. There have been many strong Black people who have built neighborhoods, who have had their own markets, who have had their own banks, who have had their own houses, have owned not saloons, but have owned parlors and all of these things, mansions and all these things that were disrespected based on the color of their skin, were killed, lynched, raped, cities were burned down. So in history, there was and there still has been a time where we have proved to be very, very strong, and we have proved to be everything besides what people say we are in 2021. Things get taken from us, things get burned down, we get lynched, we get raped. They try to put us back in this category they think that we should fit in, but we've never been that. We have never been that. Politicians, I mean, and these people were millionaires in their time. Pre-abolition, I cannot think of the word right now. It's Juneteenth. I cannot think of the word. Pre-1865, we were the shit. After, we were the shit and are the shit. And there has been so many stories in here that really have showed me that we are, but it's really how we've just been treated. I think that the constant disrespect that our community has gotten throughout so many years has been so mentally draining and exhausting on our people that you know, Jim Crow, all this stuff. Some of us have forgotten who we are and what we are and where we come from. But we built this country. Us and other people, but we built it. Free labor, off the bloody and beaten backs. That's in one of my poems that I wrote. Off the bloody and beaten backs, our people, my ancestors, your ancestors built this country. And this is a beautiful book as showing that we were great. We have always been great. We have always been resilient, and we have always been strong. Okay, move on from that. I really want to read this book. I have not read this book yet, but Let It Go by T.D. Jakes, because like I told you guys in some videos that I either at this moment have posted or have not posted yet, a big part about resetting yourself to be a better person is breaking down old ways and resetting them, forgiving yourself and forgiving things that other people have done to you. And it's very hard, and it's something that I'm still working on and that I will never be perfect at, but I'm going to work on it and work on it and work on it and work on it and hope that I just get better, to see if I can get some pointers and tips from T.D. Jakes about letting it go, being stronger, being better mentally, and forgiving others. And what I mean by that is just the way that we were conditioned from youth up until, you know, present, on how to interact with parents and grandparents and cousins and people that may have approached you or done things to you, but forgiving them, because understanding that they're humans and they mess up just as much as you've messed up, and that you want to be forgiven for things, right? So we got to learn how to forgive others, and it's hard, but we're gonna work on it. Let It Go, T.D. Jakes. This is Mr. George Matthew Johnson. George Matthew Johnson. I went to Barnes & Noble and had a little date for myself, and I came across this book, and I actually came across another one of his books without even realizing it, that I really wanted to read, but I didn't get it because I'm broke, and I'm gonna go back and get it once I finish this book, so one book at a time. All Boys Aren't Blue. All Boys Aren't Blue. I've only read about 100 pages of this book, and I read it at Barnes & Noble because I could not put it down. And this book, for me as a black queer, myself, he's a black queer, in that first 100 pages, he does such a great job at speaking about his experience. I really thought that he was writing about my experience. That's how good this book is for me. As a black queer, I thought that George Matthew Johnson, and that's a funny thing, he talks about him being named, and he talks about gendering and all this stuff. So that's why I keep saying George Matthew Johnson, because it's just, you got to read the book. You got to read the freaking book. He just does a very, very great job at representing a lot of different feelings that I've had. And like I said, I really would like to write a book of my own, even down from just how the art on it. Like, look how pretty that book is. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful freaking book. And not only that, he talks about a lot of things that just answers a few questions, you know, invalidates a lot of things in ways that I've already felt in this book. He does a beautiful job at that. He talks about just how important names are, and just his effeminate ways compared to his masculine counterparts, his cousins, and growing up in the South, with his matriarch grandmother, who, you know, really was a big part in his upbringing. It's just, I can relate to so many things in this book, and I really honestly want to suggest this book to other people because he did a beautiful job. This is actually the book that I want to do a whole video on once I'm done reading it, because I really want to take the time to kind of pinpoint certain things that really just stuck out to me in the book. So really watch out for that video. I just want to get it signed. I would love to get it signed by him. I think that would be cool. I'm hungry. And look, y'all like, this motherfucker eating ramen noodles. I'm broke. Ain't no shame in my game. I'm broke. 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 Hey, broke. 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 I'm broke. Throughout the week, it's about eating cheap. You know, I go out and treat myself to dinner sometime, but when I say this is so flavorful, like my mouth. Okay. Anyway, I love food, and that's good. I don't give a fuck how cheap it is. That's some good shit. Once again, I had a very fun time with sharing with you guys the shows that have been entertaining me and the books that have been entertaining me. Find time to slow down and do the things you love. I hope that you guys are just understanding how special you are. You know, we beat ourselves up so much. We want to be this. We want to be here in life. We want to do this. But we really got to learn how to just slow down and enjoy that day to day, because it's so easy to get wrapped up in where you think you should be instead of just enjoying where you are. And hopefully one day, God will deliver you. Until then, guys, please come on, subscribe to my channel. Baby, subscribe to my channel. Come on, subscribe to my channel. Baby, subscribe to my channel. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Okay? Once again, I'm Alexander Love, and no one love bugs. No one can love you more than you love you.